I'm your host, Von Eric. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And special treat, we got the guys from Sobeit here in the studio. What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Not much. Doing good?
Thanks for coming out, hanging out with us.
Thank you for having us.
Playing some tunes here in the very near future. Stay tuned for that. Well, why don't you guys introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and give us a little bit of background of how the band started out, where you're from, any of those minute details.
Alright, well, I'm Ryan, and you know that guy that hangs out with a bunch of musicians in the band, that'd be me, I'm the drummer. And then to the right of me I have Mr.
I'm Eddie. I'm the guitarist and lead singer. I write the songs, I bring them to Ryan, and we make the whole band song. We don't really have a bass player right now. We're working on it. I've got a friend coming up showing some songs and stuff.
But our group name, we're Sobeit. You didn't catch that already, but this band started back in 2005, 6, one of those eras. And I had a friend in school having a big birthday party coming up, and I always wanted to start a band, and it was kind of in the woodworks at the time. And then when she was having this party, I decided, you know, well, maybe I'll start getting a little more serious about this. And we ended up playing this party, and I think we played maybe 3 songs like 4 times. So and then from there, it just kind of started to grow, and we played all through high school, and I had a good group of guys playing with me. And then right after graduation, everything kind of fell apart a little bit, and for about a year there, I just was kind of solo, just trying to keep the name alive. And then I had this guy next to me, Ed. I had him. Yep. You know, we grew up together in the same neighborhood. I called him up one day and said, "Hey, man, I got a show coming up, and let's write some music." And he came over, and now it's just a masterpiece in the works.
Yeah.
Sweet. Of course it is. The most popular band of all time, right here, before they become the most popular band of all time.
Yeah, well, it's getting there. What's really cool about it is, you know, the more and more we go out and play, the more and more, like, when we go out and we're not playing, I can be at a gas station and someone will come up to me and say, "Hey, you're the kid from Sobeit." And I'll be like, "Oh, hey, well, how you doing? Nice to meet you." You know, and
yeah, it's a good feeling. It happened to me one time.
That's a really good feeling. I remember it was 4th of July, and that morning I was at Kmart in Streetsboro, and these 3 girls were standing in one of the aisles, and they kept looking up at me and they were whispering. And then on the way out the door, they finally came up to me and they said, "Hey, where do I know you from?" And I had no clue. I had no idea. And so they were like, "I think we've seen you in the band. You played at this festival somewhere." And I was like, "Well, what's the name of that band?" You know, I was just like playing with them, and they finally got it. But then later that day, I went all the way out to I don't remember. I went somewhere else, and it was probably about a half hour away. And I walk in the gates to this big festival for us to go see fireworks, and I hear these girls screaming, and they're jumping up and down. I'm looking all over, I can't see it, and I look to the right, and there's these girls are like, "You're the kid from Sobeit," you know. It feels good, you know.
Are you adding to the story, girls screaming?
They were. They were. You know, but no, it's a really good feeling. Like you know, stuff's really starting to pick up for us. You know, we can go out and people recognize who we are, and we got some songs that are on mainstream radio now. So you know, that was a real big help for us. So a lot of people are starting to become more familiar with our tunes, and you know, stuff's really starting to pick up real quick for us, and we're really excited for it.
All right, well, speaking of your tunes, we're going to be hearing some very shortly.
Yes.
But before we do that, well, we got some songs in our playlist that are going to get aired. Some local acts we like to play. We always like to support local Cleveland music.
That's good.
That's, you know,
and I'm sure I
tried and true.
I'm sure I speak on behalf of everybody as well that, you know, we really appreciate all the support we can get no matter what, you know, because for local bands, you know, especially original local bands, it's real hard to get your music out there, you know, but so any support that comes from anybody anywhere, you know, it's greatly appreciated, a lot more than you really know. You know, it's really hard to thank everybody, but you're in our hearts, you truly are.
And, thanks, guys, once again, for coming and hanging out. We'll be hearing some songs from you very shortly. If you're not already there, get in the chat room. You're watching already on morningshowcentral.com/watch. And right next to the video player is a chat box. Just click on the enter box, put in a name, and you're in the chat room. Chatting with us, the guys from Sobeit. We'll get them in the chat room right here on the next break. And ask them any questions you want. I'm sure they'll answer.
Let's try to.
Yeah.
And we will be back very shortly with the guys from Sobeit here on Everything in Between on the MSE Radio Network.